It is officially August, so I'm going to be going over my July reading recap. I've read more books this month than I have ever in 1 month period. I read 11 books in the month of July, which is more than double what I've been reading so far this year. I average about 5 books a month, so 11 is crazy, to me anyways. Okay, starting out, I listened to Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. It's my first book from this author. I've seen her recommended a lot. I borrowed the book on Libby, and it was actually really sweet and heartfelt, a little sad, a little realistic, but I actually really enjoyed it. It was something different. Then I listened to Harvest Season, which is the second book in the Seasons of Carnage trilogy by Brynne Weaver. I love Brynne Weaver. Anything she writes, I will read it. If you've read the Ruinous Love trilogy, I think you'll also love this trilogy. Like I said, it's the second book. It's just as good as the first, in my opinion. It's leading into the third. Something happens. I'm so excited for when the third one comes out. Definitely recommend her as a writer and recommend this series. For my third book, I read Nocticadia by Kari Lake. I actually borrowed the physical copy from my friend Maddie. I ate this book up. I read it so fast. It is dark romance. It is age gap, student professor. I did a review on this book because I just loved it so much. I also really just enjoy Kari Lake's writing as a writer. She also wrote Anathema and Eldritch, the third book of the Eating Woods trilogy, I think comes out later this year, so I'm excited to get into that. But I like her writing style. It's very dark, very gothic, and romantic. So if you're into that, I definitely recommend her, and I recommend this book. It was so fun. Another interesting thing about this month was that I actually picked up 3 books I had previously DNF'd to see if I wanted to continue reading them. One of them was The Zodiac Academy. This is my sister's copy. I actually listened to the graphic audio. I tried reading it about a year or 2 ago, and I couldn't get into it very far. I tried listening to the audio several months ago. Again, I just wasn't in the mood. So I finally picked it up for the 3rd time to see if I wanted to continue it. I actually finished it. I read the whole thing. And honestly, I feel like I have very mixed feelings on it. I think the idea, the premise of the story is good. It started to get better towards the end. I know everybody loves this series, but it just was like 3 stars for me. I heard it gets better and it becomes more addicting, so we'll see if I read the second book. I just had very mixed feelings on this book, and that's okay. We don't all have to like the same books, so we'll see. Next, I read Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love this book. It was so unexpected. I kept seeing people recommend it. I just put in a request to listen to it on Libby, found it. I thought the narrators did a fantastic job. It was so beautiful and heart-wrenching. It's about life and love and women going to space, and it was just so unexpected and one of my favorite reads of this year. The next 2 books are the 2 other books that I had previously DNF'd. The first one is The Stars Are Dying. I actually bought this for myself, I think last year for my birthday. It wasn't bad, I just wasn't in the mood for it. I'm a big mood reader, so I started reading the physical book. I think I just wasn't in the mood, so I put it off to save for later. And then several months later, I decided to listen to it. Again, wasn't in the mood. A 3rd time, I decided to listen to it last month, and I really actually enjoyed it. The MMC reminds me a lot of Rhysand from ACOTAR, actually. So if you love ACOTAR, if you love Rhysand, it's one of your book boyfriends, I think you would actually really like this. I haven't read the other books in the series, but it's a romantasy through and through. If you love that vibe, you'll love this one as well. The 3rd book I previously DNF'd was Caught Up, but I finished it in July. A couple months ago, I started listening to it. I got to the 50% mark and I DNF'd it. I just was not in the mood. I felt like the FMC is just kind of boring, if that makes sense. Like, I just didn't feel connected to her. I felt like she didn't really have a personality. She's very big on like pro-sex work, very big on like being a people's people, and I enjoyed that aspect of her, but I felt like the character was lacking personality. I did enjoy the MMC, and that's why I think I was like holding out for so long, is because I liked Junior as a character, and I liked the voice acting. I thought it was really good, but I just DNF'd it because I felt like it was like, it wasn't going anywhere for me. So I picked it up again, started listening to it, and I think the second half is way better than the first half. It's not as good as Lights Out, in my opinion. Lights Out is funnier. This one is okay. Junior saves the book for me. I still want to read the 3rd book though. I think I have a hold for it on Libby in a couple weeks, so we'll see what I feel about that one, but it's okay. Next, I listened to Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood. I read her other book, Love Theoretically, a couple months ago. It's one of my favorite books of the year. Her characters are just so smart and funny and witty, the FMCs, and I just enjoy her style of writing. This one is shorter, it's like a novella. I listened to it on Libby. It's funny, it's cute, it's sweet. I definitely recommend it. Then I read Love Me, Stalk Me by Laura Bishop. I thought the cover was super cute. It's like a stalker romance. It's actually more like sweet and heartfelt than I feel like some stalker romances are. There's some like modern like texting going on. You can kind of read text messages. Oh yeah, you can see some right there. It was okay, honestly. It wasn't my favorite. I would probably give it a 3 stars. My 10th book, I listened to Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. Again, another Ali Hazelwood book where the FMC is smart and funny. I just love her writing. Like anything she writes, I'm going to read it. I already have some of her other books on my TBR. I just love her as a writer. I thought it was very sweet, and it's also centered around space and NASA. So I read 2 NASA-inspired books this month, and they were both great. I love them. And finally, I listened to my last book of the month, Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I actually had this available to me a couple months ago, but I didn't have time to listen to it. I was listening to other things on Libby, so the hold was running out. So I sent it back, and then I decided to listen to it this month. I enjoyed it. It's a dark romance. It's like Captain Hook and Wendy Peter Pan retelling modern day. So she ends up with the villain. That's why it's called Hooked. I thought it was a fun dark romance read. If I had to pick a favorite, I would have to pick 2. I would pick Atmosphere and also Nocticadia. These were my favorite reads of the month. I read a lot, way more than normal, like I said. I'm very impressed with myself. What was your favorite book of July? Let me know.